Gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're diving deep into a topic you won't want to miss. What happens when a Sigma male gets mad? The Sigma male is known for his steady, composed nature, always keeping his cool and moving in silence. But make no mistake, there's a breaking point. And when he reaches it, things change. We're talking about the calm before the storm, the powerful presence he commands, and the silent wrath only a Sigma male can carry. So, if you've ever wondered what happens when this calm exterior shatters, stick around. And hey, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and join this community of people dedicated to self-growth and resilience. Be sure to stick around until the end for a deeper insight. And don't forget to show your support by liking this video and joining the Men's Gigs community of like-minded people. Number 1. Silent rage, the calm before the storm. Let's start with one of the most unnerving traits of a Sigma male's anger, the silent rage. When a Sigma male is pushed to his limits, don't expect shouting or fist slamming. He isn't the type to react with loud displays of frustration. Instead, he goes quiet, eerily quiet. This is the calm before the storm, where every detail is being processed and logged. Imagine you're in an argument with a Sigma, and instead of yelling back, he just stares at you, almost as if he's looking right through you. You can practically feel him thinking, evaluating, and analyzing every word. You'll get that cold, calm gaze that tells you he's already planning his next move. That silence isn't weakness, it's calculation. And in that silence, he's preparing to respond in ways that can shake the other person to their core. This silent rage can be compared to a lion lying low in the tall grass, muscles tense and eyes fixated, waiting for the exact right moment to strike. The Sigma isn't about impulsive action. He's about waiting for the perfect moment to let his actions speak louder than any words ever could. Number 2. Calculated retaliation, precision over impulse. Next up is something that sets the Sigma apart from the rest, calculated retaliation. A Sigma male doesn't jump into revenge or emotional decisions without forethought. His mind becomes like a finely tuned machine, carefully plotting each move to ensure maximum impact. Every decision he makes is aimed to leave a lasting mark. Imagine a Sigma has been betrayed by someone he trusted, a close friend perhaps, or even a colleague. Now, instead of lashing out or letting everyone know about the betrayal, he keeps it under wraps. Behind the scenes, he's already making plans. Maybe he'll leverage his connections to quietly influence his betrayer's reputation, or he'll start setting boundaries, letting them realize over time just how much they lost. It's like a master chess player carefully placing each piece for a checkmate. Every move is calculated to perfection with no wasted energy. This kind of precision makes his retaliation not only impactful, but nearly impossible to counter. People are left wondering what hit them, long after the Sigma male has moved on. Number 3. Absolute detachment, cutting ties with no turning back. When a Sigma male decides he's had enough, he detaches emotionally, cutting ties without any chance of reconnection. To the Sigma, once someone crosses that boundary, there's rarely a path back. He'll remove the person from his life with no drama, no explanations, and definitely no regrets. Picture this: a Sigma who's been in a relationship with someone who keeps testing his limits. Maybe they've taken him for granted one too many times. When he finally decides he's done, he doesn't engage in a messy breakup or a dramatic argument. He simply walks away. His friends might ask what happened, but he'll just shrug it off with a quiet, "It wasn't worth it." It's like a door slamming shut and locking forever. A Sigma male doesn't keep people around who drain him emotionally or cross his principles. He cuts those ties swiftly, cleanly, and without a backward glance. It's a lesson to anyone in his life. Don't take him for granted, or you might find yourself out of his world in the blink of an eye. Number 4. Unbreakable boundaries, setting lines in stone. Sigma males are known for having strong boundaries, but when they're angered, those boundaries become nearly impenetrable. He becomes a fortress. He won't tolerate disrespect, and he won't waste his time explaining why to anyone. He just draws the line. Imagine someone who constantly undermines the Sigma male's principles. Maybe a co-worker who always tries to push his buttons. One day, that Sigma simply decides to stop giving them any energy. He maintains a polite, professional demeanor, but offers nothing beyond that. There's no warmth, no openness, just a clear, cold boundary. It's like building a wall around himself, brick by brick, creating a fortress. Once his boundaries are in place, he stands firm behind them. People quickly learn that he's no longer open to negotiation or compromise. It's a stance that commands respect and warns others to think twice before testing him again. Number 5. Enhanced self-control. Every word counts. When angered, the Sigma male's self-control reaches new levels. He becomes even more careful with his words, choosing them with razor-sharp precision. This isn't the type of guy to go on a rant or let his feelings spill over. He chooses each word to cut deep without a single wasted breath. Imagine a heated meeting where someone tries to blame the Sigma male for a failure. While others might respond with defensiveness or excuses, he remains calm, collected, and simply states the facts. His responses are short, to the point, and yet they carry such an impact that everyone in the room knows exactly where he stands. It's like speaking in code. Every word has a meaning, every sentence a purpose. He doesn't need to raise his voice or engage in lengthy debates. The Sigma knows that true power lies in precision, and he uses it to show strength in the face of conflict. Number 6. Swift, decisive action, no hesitation. Once his patience has run out, a Sigma doesn't wait around. He takes immediate action, whether it's ending a toxic relationship, leaving an unfulfilling job, or confronting an issue head-on. His decisions are fast and firm, leaving no room for doubt. Imagine a Sigma male who's been working for years under a boss who doesn't appreciate his efforts. One day, after another round of unfair criticism, he decides he's had enough. He quietly begins planning his exit strategy, and within weeks, he's gone, leaving his boss stunned and struggling to fill the void. It's like flipping a switch. Once he decides something isn't worth his energy, he doesn't linger. He simply walks away, leaving others to wonder how they ever took him for granted. His actions are swift, decisive, and impossible to reverse. Number 7. Strategic isolation, taking time to recharge. When pushed to his limits, a Sigma male seeks out solitude. But this isn't just retreating. It's a calculated move to recharge, reflect, and rebuild. He knows that true strength comes from within, and he takes this time to regain his energy and focus. Picture a Sigma who's gone through a challenging period, maybe a betrayal or a disappointment. Instead of seeking comfort from others, he withdraws, perhaps taking a few days away from social circles to refocus his mind. This time alone isn't about hiding. It's about reconnecting with his purpose. It's like a warrior retreating to a fortress, mending his armor and sharpening his sword. He knows that by taking this time alone, he'll return stronger and more prepared for whatever comes next. This solitude is his sanctuary, his place to rebuild. Number 8. Emotional shielding, hiding the depth of his feelings. One of the most mysterious things about a Sigma's anger is his ability to shield his emotions. He may be seething inside, but you won't see a hint of it. Instead, he uses his anger as fuel to propel himself forward. Imagine a Sigma who's been publicly criticized, perhaps by a friend who betrayed his trust. Rather than letting it show, he continues with his day as if nothing happened. Behind the scenes, though, he's channeling that energy into self-improvement, into a project or goal that will elevate him far above the betrayal. It's like a volcano simmering under the surface, channeling all that heat into something productive rather than erupting. People around him may sense something's changed, but they'll never know just how deeply he's processing it. Number 9. Quietly outshines the offender. Revenge through self-improvement ***. The Sigma's favorite form of revenge? Outshining anyone who tried to put him down. When angered, he focuses on becoming the best version of himself, using his success as a response to any disrespect. Imagine a Sigma who's been ridiculed by someone close. Rather than retaliating, he dedicates himself to his work, his passions, or his goals. Weeks later, when he's achieved something remarkable, that person realizes just how far behind they are. It's the ultimate watch and learn move. A Sigma male doesn't need to tear others down to rise up. He simply becomes so undeniably successful that others are left in his shadow. His growth becomes the ultimate response to anyone who tried to bring him down. Number 10. Impactful departure, leaving a void. And finally, one of the most powerful things that happens when a Sigma male gets mad, sometimes he just leaves. He'll walk away from a situation, relationship, or job, leaving a void that's hard to fill. Those who took him for granted suddenly realize his true value when he's no longer there. Imagine a Sigma who's been giving his all to a job where he's unappreciated. One day, he decides enough is enough and leaves without fanfare. Suddenly, his former boss and colleagues realize just how much he brought to the team, but by then it's too late. His absence speaks volumes. When a Sigma male is gone, people quickly realize what they've lost. It's a powerful reminder not to underestimate someone who brings such quiet strength. Gentlemen, there you have it. 10 terrifying things that happen when a Sigma male reaches his limit. Remember, true power lies not in loud displays of anger, but in control, resilience, and calculated responses. If this resonated with you, hit that like button, subscribe, and become part of a community where strength and self-respect come first. Apply these principles to your life, and watch as you command respect, just like the Sigma male. Having said this, see you in the next one.